Jolan Trun, welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today we need to talk about the third of the new officers in this new arc, and it's the third Q. But in this case, it's the French Marshal Q. You know that I always do a preview on those officers when they come up with a new arc, and later on, once I have them, which sometimes takes quite some time, and could test them, I make a normal video in my A to Z officer series about that. But that's the reason why we will talk about French Marshal Q today. And we, as usual, will look at the basic stats of this rare officer. He's class engineering, which means you need engineering badges to upgrade him. And he's from the group Interceptor Retaliation Squad, which means that if Starfleet Q is captain on your ship, he can give synergy to Starfleet Q if he's on the bridge as well. And he's from faction Q. Not having any of these three officers from this new faction, I cannot tell you what you need to upgrade them, but it could be something different than independent credits. In the past, it was always independent credits, then mirror officers came in and it changed and so on. That's why I can never tell you that. If you don't remember where French Marshal Q showed up, there's always a text about the officers in the info box, and here you can have a look in what episode of The Next Generation French Marshal Q showed up, if you don't remember that anymore. As you could already hear, he does not have a captain maneuver. That's in this group limited to Starfleet Q at the moment. But he does have an officer ability and a below deck ability. The officer ability is a deadly game. On round start, if placed on a ship with morale against players, French Marshal Q increases your weapon shots by 25% for 3 rounds, and that will be 50% at rank 5. So the morale part is covered by Starfleet Q when he's captain, so the prerequisite is there, and so if you place French Marshal Q on the bridge there as well, you will have this bonus. And the below deck ability is interesting if you don't manage to get all the 3 officers in the beginning. I won't get Starfleet Q this time because they only do it 1 weekend this time instead of 2. In the past it was even 3, but it's only 1 weekend. And I'm in a bracket, since I'm level 61 or ops level 61, with so many players that are spending loads of money on this game, that I have the chance of a snowball in hell to get Starfleet Q via the SLB. I have 63 million points in that SLB, and at the moment I'm kind of, don't know, I haven't checked the last minutes, but rank 11, 12, 13, something around that one, and that was 63 million points. So I only managed the SMS, but I will not be too high on the SLB to get enough Starfleet Q shards here. So the crew is a little bit further out to test for me, so you will have to wait for that crew test for quite some time, especially but if there's some miracle or something that gives me French Marshal Q, then I still can use him below deck. If the enemy player has any state, French Marshal Q repairs 5% of hull damage taken in the previous round of combat, so he could be a good asset below deck for my Rotaran and my normal PvP crew on the Rotaran, because I always need a state there. I always have B'Elanna below deck because the Rotaran needs hull breach on the other ship to be really good, and that is a state, and so it would definitely work. But getting him is one of the other problems, because at the moment French Marshal Q is only with a few shards in the battle pass, and we have 3 here in the free path. We have another 9 here in the elite path, but you need 38, and I've got 2 from, I guess it was one of the missions, but 2 plus what was another 12 is 14 of the, or it's 3, it's 15 of the 38 in the end. So I don't have a chance to get French Marshal Q that way. and I don't expect him to be in other missions. Maybe Scopely gets generous, and suddenly we will have some, I don't know, some Thanksgiving gifts where you suddenly can get those new officers, or the 6th anniversary. But at the moment, the chances are quite bleak if you are not very strong but on a low ops level. So if you when I was on ops 49, where I parked a long time, there I could always do those spend SLBs in the first week and get the epic officers, because it was very well set up for my ops level. But many will have the same problem I have here at the moment with the SLB, so we can quickly check. Yeah, I'm ranked 12th at the moment, and that will, the SMS plus the battle pass plus rank 12 in the SLB, rank 12, is not enough to get Starfleet Q. And Marshal Q is not even in here at the moment, and I haven't seen him in the shop yet, but I expect Mariachi Q and also French Marshal Q to show up in the shop very soon, here where I live, for 60 euros each. That's something I will not do because I cannot afford that. I've got some support from some of my German viewers, especially when the Chaos Tech came out, but I invested that in the Chaos Tech to be able to give you some experience there. Tomorrow I will talk about that piece that they gave me, and that was more important, but I will not buy officers. I never bought officers, and so I will not do that this time either, especially when I don't have the captain of the ship anyway. So you will indeed have to wait for that crew video for quite some time until it's possible to get those officers in-game. Nevertheless, some of you will buy them, and so I would really like to know, when you have the full crew in the end, how satisfied are you? If you bought French Marshal Q to use him below deck for your PvP crew, let me know how satisfied you are with that. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.